Hi everyone, and how are you? My name is Dawn of Embracing Dawn, and this is the reading, a timeless reading for Scorpio. Now, this reading is being recorded during the second full moon in a month, so it does have a very strong full moon influence and full moon energy. So if you come across this during another full moon time, it will be especially powerful. Also, this full moon is in Taurus, so if you have a Taurus moon or rising sign, then this would be especially poignant for you as well. So we're going to take a look by pulling a divine guidance card for the outcome, what we're working towards. Then we're going to draw an archetype card for what kind of challenges or what patterns might be coming up. And then we'll pull some tarot to fill in the message. So Scorpio, let's get started. And please click like and subscribe if you could, if you haven't already, and help me to grow and share and connect with others. I'd really appreciate that. All right, beautiful. So we have number 38. Just take a look at this. And I'll read directly from the book what it's from because the meanings are very specific. Gentle release. The presence of Archangel Michael is here to assist you with clearing your energy field of old hurts and past experiences that are weighing you down and slowing your progress in life. He is here to help you cut the cords that keep you energetically attached to people and events that no longer serve you in a positive way. Michael always performs his duties with love and asks you to consciously send love to those people and things in your past so that you may release them into the light and move forward with your life. So this is all about evolution, letting go. You've had, Scorpio, you've had some past hurts, you've had some wounding that may be deep-seated and old, you know, or it could be more recent. And this, the universe is calling, especially with the veil so thin right now and the connection so strong, the universe is really calling right now that it's time. It's time for you to cut those cords of those things that no longer serve you in a positive way. So let's take a look at what archetype might be in play. There's too many cards there that you will be perhaps facing or moving through as you go through this cycle. This is definitely a cycle of upgrading, so to speak, where we reach a point where things don't serve us and it's time to forgive. And I just need to be really clear, forgiveness is not about the other person or people involved. Forgiveness is all about you and your inside journey. So it's really all about, you're not saying what happened was okay, you know, I condone what happened. That's not what it's about. What it is about is reclaiming the pieces of you that belong with you. And when we don't forgive ourselves and others, like the higher self, then that energy just, it hangs in there and it hangs on, and it becomes a really deep trigger for us with other situations in our lives. And it sometimes will just stagnate us, just stop us in the spot. And it's hard for us to continue to grow when we still have those old triggers and that old stuff there, you know. So being able to allow that to be released and cutting the energetic cords or bonds, the unspoken bonds, because even, you know, within any relationship, we do have these energetic cords that get stronger and, you know, stronger and tighter and more direct the more that we are in connection with that person. And then when we disconnect with that person, it doesn't necessarily mean those cords are disconnected, you know? So there's still that attachment there. And especially if we're holding on to past hurts and we're not allowing that process to evolve through the stages and to release it and let it go and claim ourselves back, that will always hold some kind of influence over us, either consciously or you know, on a subconscious level. So it's really important to clear as much as we can. That's for all of us. regarding those cords, you know. So you may want to do a little bit of research around that, contact as someone who's an expert with this as well. Call on, if you believe in guides and angels, call on your guides and angels to support you in this, because it's time for you to evolve, Scorpio, into a new phase, and these things are no longer serving you. So let's pull the archetype that has come up for you. And this is servant. In its light attribute, when this archetype is being used with positive purpose, it is delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. So you're there with service, to be of service, you know, whether that be friendships, family, romantic connections, business, work, career, whatever it happens to be, humanitarian efforts, but it's just from that open space of no expectation, you know. And its shadow attribute is when you use the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. So it's, you know, if things have been difficult, using this in its sort of shadow aspect is that getting stuck in that poverty mentality, and things might be challenging, especially in our world right now. Things are a challenge right now, financially for many of us. And the thing is, there are still things that we can do that don't have connection with money, where we can still move forward and make progress with our lives. You know, we can physically clean out the clutter of our homes. We can mentally and emotionally clear out the clutter of our physical forms and our minds and our hearts. We can work towards, you know, creating more things, becoming more minimalist, getting in tune with our connections with others. Not everything is centered around money, although it is a tool that we use, I think, overuse in our society these days. It is a tool. It is an exchange, you know, and it doesn't define how rich our lives are or how rich we are in every other form. So in working with this attribute of having this, being there to support and be of service to others, you know, that's also from this positive aspect here of not allowing yourself to be used as well, right? And not allowing yourself to fall on old patterns, because you feel like your worth is connected to those patterns, right? So let's pull some cards here. Okay. All right, so we've got some fire energy, we've got lots of fire energy, and we've got lots of crystals, which is our pentacles energy. Okay, so Scorpio, we're coming out with, let's begin with, we've got a major arcana, number 7, the Chariot, discipline and determination. This is about a change in direction. This is about making progress and integrating, but you've got to be determined, right? You've got to have that self-discipline in order to make that progress and to sever those relationships. So your life is shifting direction. If this is the first card off the hop, it's early in the cycle, you know, your life is shifting direction, and it may be towards the service of others. You know, you may be opening up and expanding with that whole concept. But this change is going to require you to let go of some things of the past, to release some of that energetic energy that's been sitting in your cells, that toxic energy, those old patterns, those old wounds, and free yourself from that to bring about this new direction, this new, you know, this momentum, this integration that you're going through. And then on top of that, we've got the 5 of acorns, and that would be fire. Acorns is wands. So the 5 is all about being stuck sort of in the negative, being stuck in the, you know, the sort of self-pity, the victimhood. I can't move forward because I don't have certain things, that lack, you know, but it's also about facing challenges and growth. And this change with the Chariot, this change is definitely in motion, and it's integrating all of the things for you, you know, but the key to that is in recognizing the people that no longer serve, relationships, connections that no longer serve, that you've been hanging on to, you know, just out of familiarity, out of comfort, out of, you don't want to upset the apple cart, you know, but it really doesn't serve you anymore. Or you've got old stuff that is coming up and it's triggering new stuff and it's interfering with your growth and with your ability to move forward. So it is time for those things that are coming up. And for those of you that connect with this Scorpio, you'll know what those things are. This isn't something that's just going to start tomorrow. This is something that's being in process. And as we're doing this video, as I'm doing this video, it is the second full moon in a month, which is a powerful full moon. And that full moon's in Taurus. So if that is your moon sign or your rising sign, you know, pay special attention to that. Or if there is a Taurus in your life, you know, pay attention to that relationship as well. So moving forward, we've got the Queen of Crystals here, and crystals is pentacles. So that would be all about, she's healthy, she's grounded, she's comfortable, she's prosperous. That's earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The Queen is a court card, so it often represents a person, a physical person, and it's the maturity from the feminine perspective. So the energy is feminine, although the identity can be any identity. The energy of the person, or that's contained in the card, is a feminine energy. Excuse me, I have to put these back on because it's too small. The printing is too small. Then we have on top of that the 8 of Acorns, which is, again, that's more fire energy here. And she was crystals. Yes, so we have fire energy on top of the earth energy here. And this is energy and results. So the 8 of Acorns is about, sometimes we sort of almost give up on something before we finish it. You know, we're close, we're working hard, but then we just decide to go in a different direction, or we decide to abandon it for multiple reasons, whatever that is. And it could be with you, Scorpio, with this is your outcome, with this is your goal in this cycle, that you've been faced with the, you know, the opportunity or the challenge, depending on how you look at it, of cutting some cords or severing some ties, you know, reclaiming your energy. But looking at some of that stuff can be really difficult. So if you've been moving through this journey, it could be that there's this Queen that's coming in here that's very grounded. You know, she's very centered. She's very healthy in her mind and her body. She could be coming in as a physical person to help you move through this, to help you to sever this, because this was also in its turned position, you know, which means that this is breaking through. You're overcoming this. This is not something that you're going to sit in, you know, really too much longer. Now, moving forward, we've got the 2 of Acorns here, and the 2 is near the beginnings, right? This is, again, that fire energy, and it's all about insight and focus. And this has been blocked for you because it was in its turned position. So you've had blocks in terms of your ability to focus on things, your creative insight for new ventures, for new life direction, you know, because the Chariot's about, it's about that fast-moving decision-making, determination, direction. Things are moving forward, things are coming together, and there's been a block on that around your insight or your ability to focus, you know, which wand, because these would be wands in the traditional tarot. Which wand do I choose? Which direction do I choose? There isn't really a wrong answer. You know, whatever choice you make is the choice you need to make at this point in your journey in life. You know, but you've got this focus here, which is on letting go of the past, forgiveness, you know, and being of service to yourself and others from a place of no expectations. And it's hard to be in that place when you're dealing with old baggage, because there's always judgment and you know, those lowering based emotions like guilt and shame and fear that come up with old triggers. You know, that's why they're triggers for us. And on top of this change in direction, this assessment that you're coming into this reassessment of where you're at. You've got the Ace of Crystals, and this is the Pentacles. This would be the Pentacles. Aces are about new beginnings, and this is a creative spark. This this would be clarity in your life's purpose, your direction. This would be financial goals and financial rewards, but it was also in a turned position, which, that means that you've blocked yourself somehow from this manifesting. And it has fully to do with this older stuff, this stuff that's coming up, this stuff that you've been maybe pushing through, Scorpio, and you've sort of paused, you gave it up. It was too hard, perhaps at the time. And now you're going to come into a space and a place where energetically you feel the support of your guides and your angels in the universe. You feel the support of those who are here and, on the physical plane that are here to help you. And you've got the support of a character like this queen who wants to come in and perhaps, give some of that sage advice and help you to be grounded and focus on what's important. You've definitely got a gift that wants to be shared, especially with being in service to others without any expectation. And you can be very, very rich and have a beautiful, fulfilling life without much, Not suggesting you don't have much, because you have the possibility here. It could be that you haven't in the past, but you've got this energy of prosperity that is at the aces. It's at the beginning. It really wants to come into manifestation. And Scorpio, you've got to get rid of some of that baggage in order for that to happen, right? You've got to create some light energy within you for that to manifest. So let's pull on some bird energy, and please click like and subscribe for me. I'd really appreciate that so I can grow and share with more people. And nothing's popping out, Scorpio, so let's just cut the cards then and see what comes. Beautiful. Okay. So we have the meadowlark. Smile, you will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. So there it is, right? You got to push through that fear. You've got to pull that darkness into the light and shine the light on it. Anything that's in darkness, when we shine that light and we shed that light on it, then it suddenly becomes, it loses a lot of its power. It loses a lot of its momentum because it's no longer hidden. It's no longer behind, the moon, so to speak. So you're coming into this place. You're coming into this space in this place where the energies are open for you to do that. Definitely. All right, one popped out, so we'll take that and we'll take another. The one that popped out is Armadillo Spirit. Set healthy boundaries. So Scorpio, somewhere along this line, and it really very much connects into this message, your boundaries have been wishy-washy, or they haven't been very clear, or they've been disproportionate to the person or the scenario or the setting due to past experiences. So maybe you've got someone who's coming in with an open heart in your life, who wants to be of service, who wants to support you on this part of your journey, but you've kind of closed that because past experiences have brought up some mistrust or brought up some triggers, thinking this person has an agenda, and perhaps they don't have any other agenda except that they want to offer their loving support to you just because you're you and they want to, It could be something like that. It could be where you've had the boundaries that you've had in place, they no longer serve you. As you evolve and as you mature and as you grow and change and become more aware and gain more wisdom, our boundaries need to adjust them. They are fluid the same way that our life's path is fluid. The boundaries need to shift and change along with the life circumstances that we experience, right? So then on top of that, the one we drew is master number 22. What's the armadillo? Number 3. Okay. So dragonfly spirit, truth transcends illusion. So this is all about, again, that coming into awareness, coming into the clarity, of the reality and the truth of this is then, that was now. That no longer serves me. The person, the idea, the trauma, the trigger, the thought form, it's not serving my highest good anymore, and it needs to be released. It needs to be transmuted. And the dragonfly is all about transcending. It's all about, realizing that truth and pushing through that veil of disillusionment and coming into a new perspective, seeing things from a new lens, which is much more clear than things used to be. And as you cut these cords and give it time, because it takes time for all of your bodies, your energetic body, your mental body, emotional body, physical body, spiritual body, to all realign and to adjust. Once you've faced these things and cut those cords and shed those things, it takes time for things to get back into a new alignment and a new rhythm. So be patient with yourself. Give yourself some time, as you move through this process. But it's definitely time, Scorpio, for you to either get back into this piece of your journey, or to start and move through some major things that need to be transcended through, that support of cutting those cords and severing those ties that no longer serve you and your life's purpose in a positive way. Okay? So Scorpio, those are your messages. And remember to please live big and shine your light bright, because you absolutely matter. Until next time.